Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vinay and we like watching anime. My favorite anime is One Piece, but we react to everything action, horror, comedy, thriller, slice of life, rom-com, deep, dark, bizarre animes. And lately we've been into some detective sort of stuff. We are watching Apothecary Diaries, but today we'll be watching Yukoku no Moriarty or Moriarty the Patriot because this is amazing. If you like detective sort of work, you obviously know who Sherlock Holmes is. But do you know that the Sherlock Holmes has an even more amazing elder brother called Mycroft Holmes? And if you didn't know that, that's probably the whole scene right now. We are being introduced to two main characters, right? To much more important characters in the entire world of Sherlock Holmes and Moriarty. Even though here the protagonist is supposed to be Moriarty, we got introduced to uh, Sherlock Holmes' elder brother, Mycroft Holmes, who is literally, as Sherlock states, the government in the previous episode. But if you haven't checked out the reaction to that, there's a link in the description for the playlist. Hopefully, you'll watch that one as well and all the other animes as well, and you'll enjoy it. But let's have a small recap. We are watching episode 13, which is part 2 at this point for Yukoku no Moriarty. Kind of very underrated anime, don't you think? But let's get on with it. We have also been introduced to Irene Adler, and much different than the show. The TV show Sherlock Holmes, featuring Benedict Cumberbatch, has Irene Adler, who is sort of a dominatrix and also in the same profession as the Irene Adler here, extorting powerful people to get what she wants. And she's quite literally wanted. And anybody who can pay sort of her. She's sort of asking for protection in the show, and here we don't know what her motive is, but she got introduced. She's officially an actress, a very well known actress, but behind the scenes, she's the courtesan of this so-called nobilities and rich folks around the whole of Europe. And yes, so there's a case now. Sherlock actually was approached by his client, the King of Bohemia, a German sort of person, King of Bohemia, to look after Irene Adler and retrieve the documents from her, which is essentially a photograph that can damage his reputation, and blah blah blah. Sherlock comes up with this master plan to go to Irene Adler's house with John and then get retrieve the photograph, which fails, and she ends up burning her whole house, and now she's living with Sherlock. But Mycroft is scheming something else to get something from Irene Adler. We don't know what that is, and he is seeking out the help of Moriarty's older brother. So both the cases we also know Albert, right? Yeah, Albert Moriarty, uh, who is a high-ranking army sort of person in the British government. So Moriarty, and very, quite frankly, very reputed, so very admired and respected as well. So Moriarty, Mycroft is seeking his help, whereas Sherlock is doing something on his own for the client, and there is lots of stuff happening. But this is still Act Two, so we are still not there because in literally the ending, we saw Albert approach Irene, and Sherlock missed it. So and he gave her a letter. So we don't know what that was. Maybe that's an introduction for Irene with Moriarty, with William James Moriarty, our main guy. So probably we'll see something much more happening in this episode. So let's find out. Act 2 of A Scandal in the British Empire. God, this is like thrilling, exciting.
楽しそうですね、兄さん。ああ、今回は大いにお前の知恵を借りることになりそうだ。
Hmm.
頼りにしているぞ、ウィリアム。もちろんです。すべては兄さんの依頼から始まったことですから。ルイス、お前にも期待しているよ。はい、兄様。我々は同じ目的で、過去、現在、そして未来を共有している。
I don't know. Maybe William has some sort of different goal than Albert does. Oh, have you seen the intro? It's amazing, isn't it? I can't watch it here, but still, you should see it.
本日は仮面舞踏会の趣旨を踏まえまして、
Oh, a secret
会場
party.
でのお声掛けはお控えください。
Masquerade ball.
恒例
Hmm.
の余興ですが、今宵は謎解きゲーム
I'm not that rich to understand what's happening there.
巷で話題の犯罪狂でございます。
A lot of crime.
今やロンドンにおける犯罪の半数に加担していると噂される謎の人物です。
What?
ルールは
Ah, okay, it's a game. I'm like, how do they know the plot of whole Moriarty?
殺害された方は皆様の前で素顔を晒し上階のフロアに移動していただきます。そ
Wow.
れ以降は舞踏会に参加できなくなり、ペナルティとして身につけられているものから最も高価なものを一つ建設中のカレッジに寄付していただきます。
What?
また犯罪卿は皆様がその正体を明らかにすると死亡となり、ゲームは終了となります。
What if you don't find out?
え、とても面白そうだ。
What if you don't find out who that is? What happens then? Man, rich people come up with the most amazing things possible.
市民の間では上流階級の闇を暴く英雄だという輩もいるとか。今や名探偵ホームズと並ぶ人気らしい。この街の光と闇の象徴として。噂で持ちきりですが、さすがはロンドンの影の支配者。くだら何が犯罪教犯罪者を貴族扱いか。
当然でしょう。殺された貴族は黒い噂の絶えぬ御人たちでしたし、市民が犯罪卿を貴族扱いするのも自然なことでしょう。
貴族が死んで当然だったとでも言いたげだ。
とんでもありません。
誰だこの小僧は。いけすかねえ野郎だ。
He's been well trained by Moriarty.
決めたぞ。第一の被害者。
Really? You're gonna kill Albert? Nah, it's not possible. Well, I sort of want to see how it plays out.
どうかなさいまして。
Oof.
皆様ご注目ください。今宵の謎解きゲームでありますが、犯罪卿の第一の犯行はすでに完了しております。最初の犠牲者の印はワインです。ワインをかけられた方は殺害されました。お近くの方同士で確かめてください。
ワインですって。
私はかけられてないぞ。
私の背中も見ていただけるかな。
Yeah, it's gonna be him.
どうやら私が第一の
Do people know that this is Albert here? Ah, they know. Of course they do.
ワインをかけるなんて。
So what's the point of refraining your identity?
アルバート・ジェームズ・モリアーティだ。やられたよ。そうだ、寄付だったね。
Literally, so nonchalant.
ありがとうございます。確かに。
まさかあの小僧が伯爵様とはな。
モリアーティ伯爵に今一度大きな拍手を。
All right. Sorry to pause here, but I want to understand how the hierarchy of this thing works. Like, where is an earl? Like, of course, the highest person there is the king and the queen, right? So, where is the earl, the duchess, the noblemen? What other nobility is there? Like, what is? I seriously didn't care up until now. Neither should we, because like nobility, I don't know if does it still exist or has that much importance as it used to be in early ages, but seems like it's important here. So we might as well know what the hierarchy is and where does Moriarty sit over there, right? Albert, James, and Lewis. Well, Lewis not so well, but Albert and James are very well known in the noble sort of area, the regime. I don't know, but they are well known as like they have a very positive reputation. Moriarty, on the other hand, James, has a different sort of reputation in the underworld. Now, people don't even know that he is the guy, but he's that sort of a player who, I don't know, how do you want to say it? It sort of resembles a guy who's willing to do the bad things in in search for justice, right? And that's his whole philosophy that was in the first and second episode. It's still there. I thought it would mold or shape into something new given how he gets brought up or how after he ages somewhat. But like that was a child's philosophy, and it still retains that same sort of values and same sort of structure even now, even when he's grown up and learned a little bit more about the world and the nobility and all the other profession and everything. So he's doing well on his own as well. James Albert is also doing well on his own. He's gotten remarkably respectable in the British Army and in again with his peers. But that's not the point. The point is, where is the hierarchy? Or where does he sit in that sort of flowchart, if you want to call it? And what is this event because we didn't get any sort of notification. Like we weren't led up to here to see that this was going to be an event. This is just sort of random happening right now, isn't it? Like who's that guy who's murdered Moriarty here in this event? But quite honestly, does this seem natural to you? It's a theme party, I get that, but a theme party with is a like it has a lot of truth to it. Like they know that the noblemen are getting killed and picked off one by one, so they decided to make it as the theme of their party, of their dance ball, let's say. Strange, doesn't it? It's like they don't care, or they just it just gives them a platform to talk more about it. I don't know. Seems a little bit strange to me, or maybe we're just too poor to understand what's happening.
私もだ。どう
Huh?
やら私も犯罪狂の手にかかってしまったらしい。
Whoa,
あのやつもかけたものよ。
he's a decoy. Oh, he just wanted to talk to Albert then, is it?
二重のペルソナをつけてお越しだったというわけか。
That's Irene? Wow! Amazing.
そうしなかったら手荒な交渉をする意思はないということ。加えて素性不問の部隊を用意してくれたことで
Oh, he arranged it.
信頼しうると判断した。
冷静な判断だ。私は政府よりこの一件を一任されている。私の言葉は英国政府の言葉と思ってくれて構わない。
Wow.
宮殿より盗み出した文書。返却する意思はあるのか。
もちろんだ。ただし条件がある。一つ、まず私の身の安全を保証すること。
Alright, that's sort of the plot of Irene Adler in the TV show.
すぐにでも返却しよう。
政府の回答としては
Rejects it.
ノーだ。
Wow.
最初のこの一件に関して交渉の余地は一切ない。私に与えられた命令は文書の奪還、そして機構の抹殺だ。
ではなぜ私をここへ呼んだ？
私は政府の人間ではあるが、その立場で君を呼んだわけではない。私は最初から疑問に思っていた。文書を盗んだ犯人はなぜ何もしないことを選んだのか。
Oh, he wants to find out what her motive is.
犯行の声明を出すわけでもない。それはなぜか。犯人はおそらく文書の内容が自分の手に負えない代物だと分かり、より安全に返却する術を模索したのだろう。だが、国家機密の内容を知られた可能性を払拭できない以上、盗んだ罪を不問にし、身の安全を保証するというのは叶わぬ願いだ。
ではあなたは私にはもはや希望などないと直接告げるためだけに。
いや、違う。私なら君を救えると言いに来たのだ。
救える。
Yeah, I think there's gonna be an introduction to James.
それはその文書の内容がどれほどこの国にとって致命的なものかによる。
しかし、
Oh, he wants to find out?
私と同じ立場に立たされるぞ。
構わない。まずは私に文書の内容を教えていただこう。
機構は聞いたことを必ず後悔するだろう。
Wait, before she says it. I'm thinking it has to do something with the royalty. That's just my pure, unbridged prediction that the contents of the papers that Irene Adler stole from the government has some sort of secret related to the royalty, the king, the queen, the prince, the princess, whoever that may be, that sort of stuff. And then it's a strange situation though. Like you stole something that you didn't know was good or bad, and because you stole it, that was not the issue. But now that you find out what you stole, that's the issue. Nobody's going to even believe it. If like Irene Adler stole that documents, right? And if when she stole those documents, I hope, let's say she didn't read it. Nobody's going to believe that she didn't read the documents that were stolen and she doesn't know some sort of secret. But damn, Albert is a great negotiator. You look at it, did not even flinch and said no. Like, no, that's not going to happen. I'm not authorized to do this. That's not going to happen. And you're going to have to deal with it however you want. Let's find out. Ah, so you're not going to share. Okay. It has to do with royalty.
王室の修文ではなく、
Oh, my bad. I'm stupid.
無論だ。君を救う力の一端を今からお見せしよう。
A scandal in the British Empire.
見たまえ。
So obvious.
彼はロナルド・ロリンソン男爵。
Baron.
時ゲームにおける犯罪協約だ。
Okay.
なぜわかる？
それは私が主催者側だからだが、言いたいのはそこじゃない。アメリカやフランスでもオペラハウスを経営している男だが、
Okay.
性格は利己的で残虐。5年ほど前、保険金を手に入れるために事故に見せかけて劇場
Oh.
多くの関係者を殺害し、
Oh. Okay, that's bad.
その火事を知っている。私の友人たちも被害に遭ってる。あの男がやったというのか？
時間だ。よく見ているといい。皆様、ついに犯罪狂が捕まりました。犯罪協約は
It's already been caught.
ロナルド・ロリンソン男爵閣下でした。犯罪狂は生き絶え、ロンドンに再び平和が訪れました。皆様の勝利です。
He's gonna die for real.
どうしました？顔色が悪いです。
What is it? The wine?
男爵、返事を。おい、誰か医者を呼んでくれ。
どうだったかな、この劇は。ロリンソン男爵は立派に主役を務め上げてくれた。殺害された他の貴族同様にね。そして今、彼らと同じように罰を下したい。
See, this is what I'm talking about. That's the god complex that usually ends up causing people trouble.
これは全て私が企てたことなんだよ。犯罪狂。このジェームズ・モリアーティがね。
James?
犯罪狂。
見たまえ。
Yeah, they don't care.
この国の貴族社会では人が死のうがお構いなしにパーティーが続く。みんな自分にしか興味がないのだ。つまり、このように貴族たちをいくら殺しても彼らを変えることなどできない。貴族というものは人それ自体を指すものではなく、それ自体が概念なのだ。人は実体のない概念を殺すことができない。君の目的も私と同じなのだ。私の目的はこの国を根本から変えること。旧体依然とした血統主義的な社会から実力主義の自由社会を目指す。私にとってのこの世界を変革するための方法、それが犯罪なんだ。
Okay.
盗みやゆすり、君にとっても犯罪がその手段であったよ。
Are we seeing an alliance?
犯罪で世界を変える。この男だ。
So now that. Oh.
少々
Okay.
話が過ぎたようだ。夜明け前の5時、ホクストンのニューノースロード沿いの教会にて君を待つ。君に残された時間と選択肢はいくらもない。
It's basically forced checkmate here. Alright. See, if you watch Death Note, you know what I'm talking about. Light also had a similar sort of philosophy. God complex. Essentially, it's that once you have that sort of power, and of course, Albert has that sort of power. James had that vision but did not possess that power. But with the help of Albert, James and Louis, both the brothers from the orphanage, rose up in the family, ending up killing the Moriarty family altogether, excluding Albert, who was sort of an ally of them and actually wanted to bring about this change in the world for the betterment of the people, right? But then that's the thing, you have absolute power over somebody, right? How much of that power can you, like, if somebody goes against you, then what happens then, right? Let's say you have a vision. In this case, Moriarty has a vision, and let's say somebody comes up with a better vision, and in this case it could be Sherlock, but Sherlock doesn't care all about this stuff. Let's say it's Mycroft, right? He has a different vision and Moriarty has a different vision, and their ideologies clash, but now both of them are in a powerful position and they can run something on their own. So now it's just a battle between two different ideologies. I don't know, does not sound safe to me, but like it's like Batman's philosophy. if you kill somebody, the number of killers in the world remains the same, right? That's why Batman doesn't kill. And that's why Joker always ends up playing stuff on him and does crazy stuff. But you see, that's the same sort of stuff that applies here. I don't know. This is a bit crazy. Maybe there's some sort of reformment needed in the system. I don't know how, but they consider it to be the necessary evil. And if that is true, we don't know. If it works out or not, again, totally up to them. But Moriarty here, storyline for the storyline purposes, Moriarty, Albert here, introduced himself as James, right? I don't know if Irene actually knew the Moriarty family beforehand, and surely she had done crazy stuff. She's stolen before, she has done many thefts before, and she has all this information which she does not know what to make of. But James doesn't know what to do of that. And then their alliance and their sharing of knowledge between themselves will be resulting in something much more. Well, let's say it would be getting easy for James to do stuff and let deal or make some sort of deal with Mycroft, because now he has leverage, right? Mycroft is the government, so he is a system, and at this point, I don't think James has anything with him or on him to sort of negotiate with the government. But now he has Irene, and Irene has these documents. With that, he has the leverage. I think that's the sort of play that's going on here. That's crazy. Yes, in the end, the vision is, the idea is to bring about the good of people, but how you're going about it, I don't know if that's good or bad.
アルバート・ジェームズ・モリアーティ伯爵。貴族の彼が犯罪狂。しかも政府中枢にまで入り込んでいる。そして、そんな彼が世界を変えようとしている。
And just talk to Sherlock about it. Hypothetically, talk to Sherlock about it.
まずは文章をシャーロックたちに気づかれぬよう。
What? What the hell? She just does the doorbell, the door handle. Was he attacked?
アイリーン、逃げろ。お前を差し出さなければ、俺たちの命はないと。知らねえって突っぱねたんだよ。訓練された者の動きだった。追い返すのが精一杯だったけど、爆弾まで仕掛けていたなんて。ブラフかと思ってたが、マジだったぜ。
Who? Who?
お前だけで逃げろ。
そんな。
急げ。
Oh, this is what keeps us occupied. Ah, that's his plan for him to figure out where she kept the document.
ことはできない。
Clever. At the cost of what?
なるほど。そんなところに隠してたの。
どうして。
やっと引っかかったな、アイリーン。今度こそ俺の勝ちだ。まったく、アドラーさんを引っ掛けるために2階を爆破するなんて、聞いたときは正気かと思ったけど。
How is Miss Hudson not mad about it? Yeah.
あなたたちそこまでして。どうして。
もちろんあなたをお守りするためですよ、アドラーさん。
私を守る。
お前がボヘミア王との写真以外の目的で動いていることは分かっていた。ならあの王の依頼に意味はない。当然彼はお前の雇った仕掛け人。となると、お前の目的は俺の近くにいることという一見不可解なものになる。
Yeah.
推理能力以外で俺という存在自体が役に立つなんてのは自分で言うのもなんだが知名度くらいのもんだ。ロンドンの有名人のそばにいるお前には手荒な真似ができない相手。つまり、お前を追っている奴らは手段を選んでこないマフィアや貴族の私兵じゃない。そう。英国政府がお前を追うのはなぜか。その理由をあぶり出す。
My God, he figured that out as well.
一体これは。
見ないで。見たらもう引き返せなくなる。
Don't worry. Don't worry. You don't know who Sherlock's brother is.
手に入れた謎だぜ。誰に追われようと構うものか。あ、栄えある大英帝国が100年前、あのフランス革命を密かに影から操っていた。
What?
その作戦書だ。
どうしてそんな必要が。簡単なことさ、ルイス。社会実験だよ。強制的に 絶対王政から市民中心の共和制にシフトさせたらどうなるか。帝国政府
Wow.
が革命誘発までを目的としたものなのか、あるいはその後のフランスの政治的混迷までなのか。いずれにせよ、文書を早急に手に入れる必要が。
Damn.
我々はもう後戻りはできない。
What kind of grand scale are we operating on at this point? This is part 2. Yeah? We were operating on normal cases on who murdered who and who is behind all this stuff and how to catch Moriarty with all this stuff. And literally in 2 episodes, we went from that to dealing with empires? What the hell? I have. I might have to watch this again. What? This is crazy. Like they are now dealing with governments. Governments meaning empires. So the contents of the fights were how they brought about the change and how British government brought about the French Revolution. They did. Is it true? Really? Who did? How did they do it? What sort of mad strategies are this to and this these plans should not be like a month or 2 month sort of plans, 6 months sort of plans, 1 year sort of. This would be like decades of work for them to have the entire citizens of certain country revolt against their current monarchy or however that may be, just for some sort of an experiment. What if the monarchy was good? What happens then? What if everything was working fine for them? What if they were a flourishing, nourishing country and they just been put through all this stuff? Damn. So there would be some brilliant minds like Sherlock and Mycroft and William to go that are behind these operations that are on nation level scales, right? I don't know what we are dealing with right now, but this is going crazy. This is going to a scale that I never considered it would go to. Again, it's in the name, a scandal in the British Empire. It's in the name. It has to be related to the whole country as one sort. And I was just completely oblivious to that. How crazy of that. But is that really the content though? Oh, what some notes as well. Blackmail the prince. Didn't I say that? Oh yeah, she has her own sort of justice as well. Oh no, she has to pick between Sherlock and Moriarty now. Yeah. Wow. She's got great manners. He's also gonna say no. Whoa. He didn't. Now, I know in the back of my head why he might have done that. What? Oh, wow. Lot of crime.
犯罪教
Damn. Wait, I believed her. Did you as well? I believed her 100%. Like, I thought she was gonna be making that choice that she's not gonna pick Moriarty instead of uh, the government, which is basically Mycroft. Again, the show is called Moriarty the Patriot. How am I missing this stuff that she has to pick Moriarty and he's going to fall for the traps, or not just fall for the traps? She's going to be charmed by Moriarty's plans and schemes and whatsoever. This is crazy to me. I feel like this stuff is in front of you, right? And then when you think about it, you're like, that should not be possible. She's clearly going to pick the government. She knows in the TV show Sherlock and Irene are a thing, sort of a thing. She likes him, he likes her as well. In the books as well, that sort of stuff. So I thought it would be like she wouldn't lie to Sherlock, and Sherlock would also be helping her, given that he knows who Mycroft is and how he might deal with her. But that's totally not the case here. She's choosing Moriarty over Sherlock, or basically the government. And Sherlock doesn't know that this is Moriarty. Again, this is what I meant. The starting, we have to find out what sort of hierarchy that is. What do you mean he's an earl? Earl of what? And how high does he rank in this grand scheme of things? We knew that the prediction was, my prediction was right. That was to deal with some sort of royalty. Again, if you watch the TV show, not surprising. But she ended up having something with her that is more than what she can handle with. But the right person can handle it with the right mind, and that person is William Moriarty, Yuko Kuno Moriarty, the Patriot. He can definitely handle this. But whether or not he will be pulling strings against the government, that's the right question. And what if he already is dealing with Mycroft in some sort of way? Because Mycroft doesn't care about some aristocrat ending up dead at some random place. Sherlock is good enough for that. Mycroft has much more bigger fish to fry and deal with. The government. He is the government, and Sherlock knows how he deals. I don't know or what he does. I don't know how much Sherlock knows about what Mycroft does or how he deals with stuff, but he clearly knows his own brother and how he might deal with Irene. Yeah, this is getting really interesting, doesn't it? one literally while watching it, you're thinking, oh, this is gonna happen, and they completely flip the script and take the different route. I also feel stupid watching this. Like, oh, this is clearly a British scandal, and it has to be on a grand scale. I did not realize that. Oh, the show is called Moriarty the Patriot. She's gonna pick Moriarty. Again, did not realize that. Sorry about that. Maybe I'm just that guy, but hey, that was me. Anyway, thank you for watching. That was today's episode. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. The episode, Sherlock, Mycroft, what do you think his character is like? And if you watch the show, how do you think that correlates or compares to the anime? How do you think Irene is in here? What do you think of her as well? Did you know that she was going to pick Moriarty over the government and Sherlock? I clearly did not see that. But let me know what you think about this in the comments, and we'll see you for the next one. Till then, bye-bye.